done did what he did please. Anyway, we're going to drive up to the South State Park and try to find a way onto 70 there.
Sure. The approaching zombie horde fades out of view.
If we actually look, there's, like, right there as you enter the park and the interstate and highway meet up, there's that unmarked road that actually goes and connects down to 40. Alternate 40.
So you want to take the alternate 40?
You want to head back to Boonesboro?
Well,
If how far off the road does this wall of, welcoming extend?
Well,
when we saw it,
they were just walking on the highway. That's what you could see, just on the highway.
They could easily be also occupying 70.
Right, it's so close.
No, because if they both came at the same location, it's definitely. Yeah. So I think we'll go to Boonesboro.
At least if we hit Boonesboro and then take alternate 40, we have the option of getting on 17 at Middletown.
And could just say fuck it and go fucking go.
Right, yeah. Like the only reason we're heading, part of the only reason we're heading eastish was to get towards DC. We could easily just cut south.
Yeah. I mean, actually, we're pretty darn close to West Virginia at this point. There's Harper's Ferry over there.
Yeah.
You can see the historical monuments and stuff.
Right, but now Potman has had the epiphany that airplanes exist.
Yep. They do factually exist.
Which he'd forgotten about this whole planning time.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen one in a while, so I'm not going to assume that they exist.
Well, no, the point being that the infection can have spread anywhere that planes could have been going the past few days.
Anyways, we're going to go to Boonesboro, and then barring any incidents on Boonesboro, we're going to get an alternate 40, head down to Middletown, and then we'll see what happens there.
Sure.
Shit might happen in Boonestown, or on the way to Boonestown that might precipitate us losing a car, like Potman deciding to take the wheel for some reason.
Potman, take the wheel.
He just removes the wheel from the rest of the dashboard. You don't need this.
I'm gonna take that wheel.
Use your neural link interface to drive the car. What are you talking about?
What do you mean you don't have one? Get on my level.
Yeah,
what do you mean I don't have one?
This reality is stupid.
Fuck reality.
Gonna go get high.
My own reality.
What do you mean I'm already high? I'll get higher.
Can you take me higher?
No.
Glad I wasn't the only one thinking of that. So that's what they were really thinking about.
Guys, I have another plan. Once we get to Boonesboro, we could actually drive to West Virginia. And we all know the only thing in West Virginia are coal mines, truck stops, and strip clubs.
How's that going
to help West Virginia?
What about the crushing depression?
Well, the crushing depression really doesn't matter much. It's West Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, we're already way steep in that.
Yeah. But I think we're still going to see with the other plan.
Right, the other half of the reason we were trying to get east is because that's where all the major interstates are.
True.
All right.
So to Boonesboro we go, driving through this backcountry road.
All right. You make it to the road and fairly quickly enough. Again, you just traverse the damn thing and it's not that crowded. And switch off and head back towards Boonesboro again. And as it turns out, get down the road maybe 7-8 minutes. It is slow traveling once again. However, it comes to the point, a rather iconic thing. And seeing as how this only just happened to you folks yesterday, it's kind of fresh in your minds where further on down the road, there's no person tied to a chair, but there are two vehicles with their bumpers, their back bumpers together that are stretched out to completely block any sort of vehicular travel with spike strips on either side of those leading off the road to prevent easy going around the blockade.
Man, apparently this is a successful strategy. Maybe we should get involved in roadside banditry. It's hardly a step down.
Well, yeah.
We could call ourselves something classy, like Highwaymen.
I hate you.
Since you were on the lookout with your sight magnification in the form of binoculars, you managed to spot this blockade at a decent distance.
Still, we don't have a grenade launcher anymore.
Well, off-road time.
We still have a grenade launcher. We're just kind of lacking
It's
the
too bad we
ammunition.
don't have grenades and a launcher anymore.
Threaten
Seek.
them with it. Wiggle it.
Wiggle.
What? Don't encourage him. Wait. Oh, okay. So, how are we gonna get around this?
By wiggling.
Why am I asking you guys? You guys won't have an idea.
Nope.
Not if you keep thinking like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep thinking like that until you prove me wrong.
Nope.
They had no idea what to do the last session we had, Jordan. They were lost without you.
It's true.
Isn't that how it is most of the time?
They spent like an hour obsessing over this one broken kid and trying to figure out what to do with
No,
him.
no. They spent an hour. I said, fuck that kid. And then what did we end up doing with him in the end? Saying, fuck that kid.
We
That
tried.
kid was a metaphor for Potman's peace of mind.
For the
I
last
have a
string of
question.
your humanity.
Exactly.
Do you know how far off the side of this house, off the side of the road, these strips go?
Sure. They lead a few feet. They are pretty long. It's very intentionally and not even hidden at all constructed as a direct forcing you to stop the vehicle. You'd have to go pretty far out of your way, not to say that it isn't impossible. You would just end up driving at a slow speed. To safely do it, but that's never stopped Trusty Tony before.
So what else do we see around the area? Like, where might we be expecting the ambush from?
A similar situation would be for you to pull up as you did, and then within 100 feet, there appear to be openings, but there's also openings in several other locations as well. There's thick foliage on either side that vehicles could easily be hiding. You can certainly give it a glance, in which case you can make some perception plus notice checks to see if you actually spot something hidden in there.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Although anyone who was not using the binoculars would have a rather stiff penalty at a -4 due to distance.
Nope.
Who's using the binoculars? Well,
I mean, Potman
Like
would be the best choice probably, but nope.
nope. Tony will use them.
Potman is still high out of his gourd and enjoying some fucking Doritos.
They're extreme.
Okay.
They're extreme. They're extreme as can be.
Extra. -4.
Okay.
Still doesn't matter.
You don't even know.
Now, looking at the situation, it's what the eyes think confers that there's definitely numerous possibilities where a camouflage vehicle, especially if people have had time, especially if they're local to the area, they would know how to blend it in just right. And the group will recall last session that even though Potman was pretty fucking aware of his surroundings, those vehicles still got the jump on him.
Potman's not a miracle worker. He's just a miracle.
Okay, so we need to So we need to smoke them out. Burn the trees down.
Oh, that's what we meant by smoke them out. Whoops.
I can feel the disappointment from here.
We don't have fire though. Not enough of it, anyways.
We don't have fucking Neanderthals.
Need fire!
Potman pulls over to the side of the road.
Red Wizard needs fire bad.
Just a little fucking bick against a pile of tinder.
So this is what Trusty Tony's thinking. He's thinking either I just go off the road, past the spikes really quickly, and then get back on the road so fast they can't get us,
Smart.
Or then we flush them out and then kill them, and then we deal with this at our leisure.
Smart.
Does anyone have any input to give?
Yeah, it's fucking dumb.
Not to say that murder is not a viable option, but do you think engaging them
Maybe
on their
tone
terms?
down the murder?
Tone down the murder.
Just a little.
To
Come
what,
on,
manslaughter?
there's no court left to convict us.
Yeah, true.
Who would
Is
convict
it really
us?
Is it really murder anymore if there's no courts left?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
According to what?
Me?
They are bandits, though, Eugene.
Yeah, they're bandits. They
If
probably
this
took...
up.
You're right, we are bandits.
No. They're...
What?
According to the poetry in his soul.
Well, I mean, at least one of us is a rambling man, and that doesn't mean he's homeless. I'm not sure what it means.
You know, we're all homeless at this point, so...
In our hearts, I know what you mean.
We're homeless in our hearts.
You're homeless.
I don't have a palm big enough to face palm.
The joke is that he doesn't know what you mean.
Okay, so barring any input on on getting them to smoke them out, we're gonna go around the blockade.
Okay.
It really comes down to, do you think you can make that little off-road excursion around it?
I have a +7.
Trusty Tony is aware enough driver. He'd be looking at a -4.
Yeah, so it's a +3. I could totally do this on.
1d10 +3. With failure in this instance, probably meaning that he would get around the blockade, but some tires would accidentally kiss the strips.
How much luck
Now
have we
that's
had with
innuendo.
tires?
Hey, man. That was a battery that blew up.
Last time we tried to change a tire, I heard a story about somebody burning a car down.
It was a battery!
Nope. Oh well.
Okay.
It wasn't. It's not a horrible failure. It's just like
And Trusty Tony shoots out onto the off-road, going at a quick speed to ensure that anyone who might have been prepared for an ambush is surprised and caught unaware. And Trusty Tony speedily makes his way around. He does get around the blockade, however, the back left tire in the process does end up bursting due to the spikes. Did not get around all the way, and as soon as you get back on the road...
Well, that was
Eventually it'll shred itself, and then it'll be smooth again.
and then it'll be smooth sailing. We're gonna have to change that tire. Do we have a spare tire? Probably not.
Do a spare
Why
moment?
would we? At this point, why would we? When has that ever been relevant to us in the past, having a spare tire?
Your passage beyond the blockade now becomes a clarion call to everything forever with the ruckus that shit is making.
Well,
Could they really hear the ruckus over Trusty Tony's cursing?
shit. Fuck.
Yeah, because you don't have the windows open, right?
Or
It just-
Tony
It's
has
that
his
loud.
windows open.
It's just full of pot smoke in there.
Tony has his window open. He
Okay,
can't breathe
yeah.
otherwise.
In that case, maybe, Chris, maybe.
Mother such and such.
And for anyone who's had a tire pop on them before, it's pretty fucking loud. It's terrible.
I've had 2 pop on me at once.
Oh.
Are you seriously?
Overfill them and drive somewhere hot?
No, I rode over an area of a piece of shit road that wasn't repaired in like 10 years.
Well, there's
So-
your problem.
What you're telling me is you were in California.
No, Indiana.
You were in a ditch.
You know about that frontier living in Indiana. We discussed this before.
No, it was in a town of 10,000 people and actually on a busy road. They just refused to fix that section of it.
Yeah, that sounds like Indiana.
At any rate, that situation exists now. Yep. Sure does.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll buff out.
Definitely.
That won't affect its resaleability.
Yeah.
Resaleability.
Trusty Tony's delusional too, okay?
Oh my fucking god.
First post-apocalyptic car salesman.
We're
People
all
are
gonna
gonna need 'em.
die.
We're all gonna die. And then after like 2 miles down the road, Tony's gonna. Let's make it like 3 miles down the road. If he can get it that far, he's gonna pull off to the side of the road and inspect the damage.
The travel is. I've been harping over the past several sessions how slow it is normally. This doesn't help. Mercifully, you are not being followed by anything. If there was anyone actually waiting there to ambush, they would have certainly noticed, and they would have certainly been able to catch up.
They could have all said, you know what, fuck that shit.
The irony is they were trying to stop somebody to steal their car.
And you might have derailed their plans by doing it.
Well,
All the same, 3 miles down the road, Trusty Tony, without further incident other than basically driving with that hell racket for 3 miles, brings the vehicle to a stop.
so give me a scale of 1 to fuck all. How much is left of the tire?
We got like a fuck, but not a fuck all.
Okay, so it's that bad, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got good news and I got bad news.
What's
The
the
bad
good
news-
news?
There's
the bad
good
news. The bad news is the tire's gone, and I don't know if I can drive on this. The
What's
good news is
good
the good news is I remembered I had cigarettes.
Slowly turn head towards Tony and stick.
What?
Just sigh and turn. Just sigh.
So unless we can find a spare tire, I don't know where we're going. I don't know how we're gonna get this thing moving.
There were 8 tires back on the 2 cars that formed the blockade.
You know, that's true. But then we have to
now
deal with.
that I think about it,
You know, now that I think about it, there was some tires on those cars back there.
There
Cars tend
certainly
to have
were.
tires.
but what could we possibly do with car tires?
Yeah. Do we even have a
Think.
socket wrench though?
Think.
I mean, they're not even made for this car. It would be criminal, right?
Literally
Salvage.
criminal.
Do we even have a socket wrench?
huh?
Salvage pieces from each tire to build a new one.
That's madness.
This is like Minecraft, right? We just
What
have to, you know.
What if we made a patchwork tire?
That's
Like-
just crazy enough to fail.
Like a tire quilt.
To fail.
I guess we're on foot again once more, guys.
Yep, how about that?
Yep. Yep. How about
So-
that?
You want to?
Yeah, let's try and steal a fucking tire off of another car.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to the blockade, I guess. We're gonna be sneaky this time, though. I think.
going through the fork up center of the.
That's good because you're not going to be able to bring all those extreme Doritos with you. So that'll help.
Western pizza.
Fucking train.
Choo choo.
The train.
It doesn't sound as cute as that, Jordan. Not by a long shot. Yes, train.
Honk honk.
Wah! I want to be part of
train?
the session too, guys. Let me be a part of the session.
Just leaving us.
Train's like, I can be a character. I got nerves. I got nerves of steel.
I'm mostly steel, in fact.
Yes.
Yep.
Don't have
I'm
fast
largely
connections.
made of steel.
Anyways.
All right. So, since you said you drove 3 miles after the barricade, it'll be a 3-mile walk back to the barricade.
Used
That's
to walk
good.
3 miles.
That's good because it'll probably be nighttime and we'll have the advantage.
No.
What?
No.
The advantage.
Being like,
The advantage over what?
The cars, they won't see us coming.
No!
Wow.
All right.
I think we have more trouble if we're dealing with sentient cars.
The 4 of you begin the slow and inexorable death march from the parked car, which has had a fucked up tire, back to the blockade. Takes an hour.
Keep that bat ready.
Keeping the bat ready and the grand, vista of being able to see a few miles off in front of you.
Hey man, you don't know what's in those trees.
Just Monty
Actually,
Python
probably-
that shit.
That's right.
You don't know where I've been.
The thick tree cover that borders either side of the road, looming menacingly, and of course the crisp sky above you.
I'll loom menacingly.
Nary a cloud in sight. All right. Slowly, but eventually you do make it so that you can see the blockade a few hundred yards ahead. In the same condition in which you left it.
Broke down.
Well, I have no experience in, this sort of thing. Fletch, what do we do?
Charge.
Charge.
All right.
You folks are currently walking down
What time
the
of
middle
day is
the
it now?
You're looking at maybe 4 p.m.
We're currently charging down the road at a casual stroll.
And, so, sky's not overcast. It is bright out here.
Does anything look like it's changed since we drove by other than where we went off-road and hit the strip?
Seeing as how you had those binoculars, why don't you give me a perception plus notice for me, Ryan?
I'm sure this will fail. Yeah.
Doesn't appear to be the case, no. You can definitely see the moment at which Trusty Tony interacted with the spikes. Happened there. Yes, it's good, but does not appear that anything else has altered.
Of course not.
There's a slight breeze fluttering past.
Is there anything that would provide cover if we suddenly came under fire?
Other than the vehicles themselves, which are a few hundred yards away, you would have to dart off the road into the thick vegetation that's covering either side.
Then I would suggest as we approach, we actually approach from over by the side.
I'm slightly surprised we actually walked down the center of the road.
Well, Trusty Tony is reckless, and he is leading you.
Yep, because you guys can't be trusted to do anything other than that.
It's true.
We don't have the title Trusty, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of titles, by the way.
Okay, sure.
Anyways,
Are you going somewhere with that, or just...
no, I was just saying things.
Okay, cool.
We're
Just
going
making
to,
sure.
I'm assuming at this point, since Trusty Tony is reckless, maybe they're not here. Let's just go to the cars.
I'd rather err on the side of caution, Tony.
You
We don't
can
wanna
err on the
jump.
side of caution. I'm going to the cars.
He's going to err on the side of Trusty. All right.
I trust that these bandits are not here.
You trust
Yeah.
that they're not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going over to the tree line.
Uh-huh.
Potman, you're with me, right?
No. No. No.
Fletch?
Let's pretend I am. While I'm over by the tree line.
You're with him through a scope, aren't you?
Kitten, are
Let's
you
go.
with me?
Meow.
Kitten says fuck yeah and struts down the center.
That
Well, there's
kid will be the death of us.
No. The kid
Will be
the kid is pretty intent on staying with Fletch.
the death of us.
That's his name. Stop.
His name is the death of us. Come here, the death of us. Come here.
I think that joke has been made. Yeah. All right.
Oh.
Trusty Tony casually strolls in an ambling gait down the road while everyone else sticks to cover and, perhaps prepares to ambush anyone who attempts to attack.
Wait, he doesn't swagger?
I'm imagining it's about 80% swagger.
Okay.
He's only his swagger meter is
the rest is fucked up feet.
Yeah. I mean, his swagometer's gotta be.
No Chance in Hell plays in the background. No chance! He struts down the road.
Because he's got no chance in hell.
Yep. Okay. Well, as it turns out, surprise against surprise, Trusty Tony makes it to the blockade without incident.
So far.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not going to assume anything has concluded yet.
Yeah. It's a pretty slow walk, all things considered, since he is doing this fucking strut instead of,
Actually
effectively walking. Just being a badass with a fucking cigarette drooping out of a corner of his mouth. Reflecting on how awesome he is and how he'll miss selling cars, but maybe there's an opportunity for him in the future to become a salesman again.
There's 2 right here he can sell.
It's a package deal, 2 for 1.
The vehicles themselves aren't spectacular. 4-door sedans.
They're just
Not
missing
blue.
partial tires.
They do appear to have their tires. They also appear to be unlocked, although they don't have keys waiting for them in the ignition.
Oh, Trusty Tony.
Keys are overrated.
Trusty Tony is going to fumble around in the glove compartments for a moment.
Okay.
Maybe one of them, maybe they left something in there that might be of use.
Papers, few peppermints.
Ooh.
Old photos of high school cheerleaders.
Gross.
In both cars?
No, not both.
Yeah,
Toothpicks.
of course.
The essential Johnny Cash on tape cassette.
Gonna pocket that for later.
Okay.
Hey, we can listen to Highwayman while we're Highwaymen.
And then, with not finding anything of value, Tony is going to attempt to remove one of the tires.
All right. There is a socket wrench. You have the tools that would be needed to remove the tire from the car, except for a jack.
Jacks are overrated.
Hey, cat, just lift it up for a few minutes.
Can you just hold this for 10 minutes? Thanks.
You totally got this.
Yeah, just let's
So neither car has one of the little shitty jacks in the back of it?
They do not know.
Hmm.
It's as if the trunk space might have been needed for other things, like spike strips.
You know, when you put it that way.
So what kind of cars are we looking at?
They're
4-door sedans.
4-door sedans, neither of them blue.
So they're not
Well, it would be a
sedans.
downgrade.
Yeah.
It would be a downgrade.
Early 90s manufacture, not American.
So it would be a downgrade.
Well, Trusty Tony's going to try to remove a tire anyways.
Okay. Well,
That's
I feel
a
like we
thing.
should just try to hotwire them first.
That's
Rather
might
than
be a good idea.
possibly wreck
Stop
more
making
cars.
fucking sense.
We're doing this the reckless way.
Shit.
all right, so
Yeah.
Trusty Tony begins removing a tire from one of the vehicles while it is not jacked off the ground. Certainly, Fletch could attempt to hotwire the other.
The reckless way. He's going to remove the tire while laying under the car.
It's not actually using the socket wrench, it's using its teeth.
What type of rolls at the hotwire again?
Oh, I think
Well.
I had said streetwise would be suitable enough for that.
Yeah, I think it mentions that.
It's too bad
Yeah.
this isn't an early 90s GM car.
Yes, Aaron, we've heard this before. You've made this reference before in this game.
I know. I'm saying it's too bad.
It's too bad, Aaron.
What attribute would be connected with it?
I think intelligence is the most suitable.
Yeah. Any modifiers?
It's very simple. We'll give Fletch a +1 on the check.
Yeah, I think it started all right.
He's used to this.
I got this, you guys.
Trusty Tony hasn't even finished removing the fucking plate on the tire when from the other vehicle.
I thought you were being a bitch and staying in the tree line.
To get to the cars.
When you weren't dead, we decided to leave the tree line.
Yes, I see.
Do you?